Holy shit. Okay.
Hey, it's River. I'm in Guatemala, headed to Todos Santos, which is a small town in the northwestern portion of the country. Every year, Todos Santos has a drunken horse race, so I'm going to go hang out with a family up there and see the festivities and hopefully not fall off a horse and get trampled.
Every year in Todos Santos, during the last week of October, the Mayan townspeople celebrate Scatch Cole, a harvest festival that falls around the Day of the Dead and culminates in a drunken, sometimes deadly horse race. The history of the festival dates back to when the Spanish conquistadors invaded Guatemala in the 1500s. The Spanish enslaved or slaughtered all the Mayans in their path, and the Mayans weren't allowed to touch anything that the Spanish owned. If a Mayan touched a horse, the Spanish would execute him. When the conquistadors made it to Todos Santos, one brave villager stood up in protest. He stole a Spanish horse and raced it around the mud streets until he was caught and killed. Every year since then, to honor that brave ancestor, the whole town gets wasted and parties for an entire week, finally staggering onto their horses drunk for the wild race. I'm a pretty serious lightweight and I've only sat on a horse once, but I wanted to head to Todos Santos and see if I could keep up. The race takes place on a track that looks more like a long, sandy run stretching about a half mile on the edge of town.
It seems like all the guys here are wearing the same traditional shirt and pants. I feel like if I want to fit in a little bit, I should go get measured and have them make me a suit myself.
From what I could figure, most folks in Todos Santos save up all year to buy new outfits for the festival, so the tailor was pretty slammed, but he managed to sort me out so I could try and blend in a little bit.
Hola.
¿Qué tal? Buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Su nombre de aquel?
Oh, River.
Arriba. No, ¿cómo es? Arriba.
Rio. Rio.
Oye, ¿español cómo es? River. River.
I was finding myself up against a pretty massive language barrier.
Bueno, de largo.
Most people in Todos Santos speak the Mayan language Mam, or this mountain dialect of Spanish.
Así se hace la camisa.
En nuestro corazón existe que sí somos mayas y que tenemos que usar nuestros trajes. Nuestro traje es la sangre de nuestros antepasados. Para nosotros como mayas pensamos que los muertos viven por medio del aire. Tu camisa es blanco con rayas blancos. Nuestros antepasados lo tenemos en nuestra camisa. Es algo muy especial para nosotros. Tu pantalón que tú tienes es la sangre del hombre que murió, el color rojo.
Okay. Like here.
Bueno.
Bueno, Todos Santos. Perfecto.
Perfecto.
Okay, americano.
Sí.
Very nice.
Now that I had my proper riding attire, I had to go check out my horse and take it for a test run before the big race tomorrow.
Welcome.
Gracias. So we're all getting saddled up, getting on our horses. I'm about to go meet mine. Yeah, I had my first drink of the day today with some amigos over there.
Los jinetes tienen que tomar alcohol para quitar más el miedo y también cuando ellos se caen no se siente mucho el dolor. Es peligroso, muchas gentes han caído y también algunos años atrás hay gentes que se mueren.
Going a lot faster than I've gone. I'm good at the trot. I'm not so good at the whatever else is past the trot. I don't think I can do that, man. How do I make him not go so fast?
So just let this thing go. Just let it go.
That's
and
how you
just
go fast?
Yeah, go fast.
Okay.
If you're gonna go slow, just pull the string a little
Okay.
tight and you go slow.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
See.
This little horse is not the best, you know, but
Okay.
you can keep slow.
One, two, three. Go.
Go. Go.
¿Y por qué no corre?
Come on. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you good?
You know, my mind is a little bit blank right now. I'm just like surging with adrenaline. I really can't think anything. I'm a little bit shaky. I just stepped in a huge pile of shit also. Ugh.
Most people were already half in the bag and it was only about 10 a.m., but from what I could figure, the riders and I were headed to the town square. It's no surprise that everybody was partying and drinking to celebrate the Mayan culture, because discrimination against the people of Todos Santos didn't stop with the Spanish conquistadors. In the early 1980s, in the midst of the Guatemalan Civil War, the army launched a genocide against the Mayans. Over 170,000 indigenous people were killed, and around 600 Mayan villages destroyed. In the spring of 1982, guerrillas who were battling the government took Todos Santos as a stronghold. Soldiers invaded the village to fight the guerrillas, and residents were caught in the middle.
Todos Santos fue el último pueblo destruido, como que aquí fue el fin. Vino la noticia en la capital para el gobierno que estaba, se salió y hubo un golpe de estado, entonces ahí paró la guerra y los soldados se regresaron a Guatemala.
The genocide was one of the bloodiest periods in the country's history, but like that ancestor who stole the horse to rebel against the conquistadors, the people in Todos Santos have stayed strong.
Take it easy, man.
Okay.
You know, it's good, man.
I'm good. I'm good. Gracias.
I was still confused about what was going on, but somebody told me that we were supposed to dance with the horses.
There we go. Let's go.
And randomly out of nowhere, there were these giant explosions terrifying my horse.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh.
Las bombas significa del comienzo de cada actividad, cuando termina cada actividad.
The racing teams are made up of families in the community, with the team's captain, or first rider as they call him, usually being the oldest son in the family. He's the guy who pays for the horses, and the marimba, and the food, and all the booze.
Todos Santos, tal vez ya hay un 20% de todos santeros, de los 30,000 habitantes que hay aquí, viven en los Estados Unidos. Los que hacen esa carrera de caballo son los que tienen más dinero. Entonces son los inmigrantes todos santeros. Solo vienen por la carrera de caballo y se van porque ellos pierden bastante dinero por la carrera, pero se regresa allá y empiezan a trabajar y regresa el otro año.
I finally got to meet my host, the father of the first captain. It was custom that the father add traditional riding accessories to my outfit, like I was one of his own sons.
Ahí lo trae todo el trajo del... Sí. Ahorita van a poner y hoy va a pasar baile. Si a él le gusta bailar toda la noche o si no, solo a las 10 puede descansar.
How many children do you have?
Ahorita tenemos 6 con él. Sí. Como que usted va a correr como mi hijo, ¿ah?
Gracias.
Sí.
This is all supposed to make me look my best and give me good luck in the race. And here's the crown. Gracias.
Once I was all dressed up for the race, I met with the first rider of my team.
What does this festival mean to you?
Para mí significa poner en alto Todos Santos.
How long have you been racing?
14 años.
Do you have any tips for me? Like, I was pretty scared out there.
Dar el miedo y correr como puedas.
Then it was time to kick off the party, so we started drinking and dancing, which would go all night, preparing us for the big race the next day.
What should we anticipate for tomorrow?
Esperamos que todos corren bien, que no haya nada, porque a veces hay muertos.
Really?
Yes.
I would like to not be that dead person. I do not want to die. I don't know how I'm going to be able to ride a horse getting so hungover tomorrow. I guess I have to keep drinking.
El chiste de la carrera es que no hay un ganador ni un perdedor. Entonces, los jinetes tienen que tomar porque eso es una diversión.
After 12 hours of drinking and dancing, we were finally prepared to race.
So everybody is partying pretty hard in there. They've been going all night. We're gonna hop on my horse soon, do a little racing.
I think the purpose of drinking for 12 hours was to forget that I could potentially fall off and die.
They're spitting booze on me. Hopefully for good luck. Everybody's fucking laughing at me. Everybody's pointing and drinking and chuckling. They're all saying like, will the gringo stay on his horse?
Okay, here we go. Here we are. Here we are. Slow the fuck down, buddy. Hey.
This guy's kicking everybody's ass. I ran into a horse on that side and then coming back this way. Couldn't stop, went flying off a little bit, but you know, all I got's a little bit skinned up knuckles, a little bit bloody. The riding part's the easiest part, it's fucking stopping, who knew?
After I raced my horse, the captains rode additional laps with their ceremonial chickens, which signaled the end of the festivities.
A las 4:30 traigo mi gallo y voy a montar mi caballo y voy a matar mi gallo y mi caballo.
La sangre de la gallina que ellos cortan es para darle el todosantero que murió. Solo los capitanes deben ahogar esa gallina mientras ellos montan el caballo. Y solo el capitán puede comer esa gallina. Eso significa que los capitanes han cumplido la tradición.
So are you okay with tourists like myself coming and participating in the festival, or are you worried about it, you know, becoming too Americanized and losing some of the culture?
Al contrario, nosotros nos sentimos orgullosos de que participan. Todos Santos se siente muy contento que ustedes, cuando lleguen a sus países, lo van a mostrar a sus familias. Lo que nosotros queremos es que no se termina. También nosotros estamos buscando una donación de otro país para apoyar, para animar a la gente.
I wouldn't expect a town to remember its dark history with a horse race and a party. But once I was welcomed into the community of Todos Santos, I saw how the people here really have something to celebrate. Todos Santos has been victim to terrible things. But all the people here today have survived, and that's something to celebrate. Plus, after centuries of genocide by the Spanish and their government, dying drunk and free on the back of a horse isn't the worst way to go. At least it's on their terms.